Okay, let's come back to take a look at review for your quest. All right, first question. All right. Now the algebra 2 up there is meant to embarrass you into realizing how easy this is. You already did it last year. Okay. What shape is that one with the plane cutting through the cone at an angle? It's an ellipse. Okay. All right. But here's the thing. Your quest's gonna be 25 questions. And why am I excited? All right. I'm making this one, I'm giving you 4 pictures. You got to be able to identify. And then I'm giving you 4 matching where you got to identify the conic. So, all right, let me show you the picture. If I can find it. Here we go. All right, make friends with this picture right here because I'm giving you a blank one on the test and it's going to count for 4 problems. All right. Take a picture of the last one. Yes. And instead of me just firing this at you and saying, well, you should know. All right, why am I showing this to you? Look at the top one. What does it kind of look like? Kind of looks like an ellipse because it's distorted, right? But you should know from my little demo up here with the cone and the plane, when it comes through straight, the shape on the bottom was a circle, not an ellipse. So you see the difference when it cuts through at an angle, the ellipse, when it cuts through straight, circle. And then the chops, when it chops at an angle, parabola, chops straight down, hyperbola. And you don't have to take a picture of this, but wish that were bigger. Anyway, you see the hyperbola, the plane is cutting through straight, and there's 2 of them that hit the 2 cones, whereas the parabola just slides in diagonal. There's only 1. Okay. That won't be on there, but in case you cared. So 4 problems that are coming here. Can't miss them. Can't miss them. Okay. And then name that conic. Let's play that game. All right. And I want to start with the parabola. Which one did you think was the parabola? 2, 3, 4, or 5? Okay, you say 4 because 4 is the one that only has how many squares? 1. Okay, so that's the parabola right there. You are correct. You're on your way. Nobody should miss this. All right. Now, yes, let's go to the top. There's a bunch of junk there. What's really the only things you should be looking at? 6x squared plus 6y squared. Okay. They're both positive. They're both squared. And they're both 6 circle. All right. Which one's just like it but has different numbers in front of the x squared and y squared? Number 3, so that makes it the ellipse. And this has got to be A, but why? Because one of them is subtracted. That's the hyperbola. Right. Okay. So there's 8 questions, like a third of your quest. Can't miss them. Can't miss them. You miss those layups, I don't know what to say. Okay. So the rest of it, okay, I'm giving you 12 problems like these that are going to be multiple choice. Okay. No single points off for forgetting your arrows or putting a C where it was supposed to be a V or something. All right. So I'll let you guys go through these on your own. All right. But That only adds up to 20, 8 plus 12. So the other 5 are gonna be like the other worksheet that has 5 where you gotta make your drawing and figure something out, axis of symmetry or so forth. Okay, so let me give you a little time to play with those, and then we'll come back together and talk them out. So we are on what, number 7? That's the right number, 7. Yep, I think I got it. All right. So again, you're gonna get all the formulas. You know, the only trouble you should have is trying not to forget everything on your 3-day week. Okay, maybe you open this up, what, Monday night, Tuesday night, and make sure you're ready. All right, number 7. This is easy. All right, if the radius is 5, what has to be on the far right? 25. So just like the SAT, you're gonna rule out the ones that end in 5. They can't be right. So now you have 2 to choose from. Even if you don't know what you're doing from here on out, you got a good chance of guessing. And on the SAT. All right. And what's really the decider here? You got -1 and 2. You got to make sure they are what look. What word am I looking for? Opposite, right? So which one is it, B or C? B. Not A. Okay. So you see -1, you put X plus 1. You see 2, you put Y minus 2. Easy. Easy. Okay. Didn't even need to draw a picture there. How about 8? This is working backwards. Don't need a picture here either. All right. If that's R squared, then what's R? 4. Oh, that didn't help us, did it? Yeah, they're all 4. We're showing off now. Okay, but how about the center? What's H? +2. That's gone. That's gone. Oh, done. Don't even need K, do we? Okay. Strong. Let's go 9er and switch from circles to parabolas. All right. This one, I think a picture might be a good idea. Don't have to. Which way is it facing? Oh, by the way, if it's Y equals +X squared. Oh, smile. Okay. Pointing up and name the, almost called it center, vertex. This one's a little tricky. Where is the vertex? -3, -2. Why'd I say that was tricky? Because what wrong answer is easy to pick? -2, -3, because you saw Y first. Okay, so -2, -3. If it's on here anywhere, shame on them trying to trick you. All right, so -3, -2. Gets rid of that one, and I can't see D. Back out. All right. So we need what? -3, -2, right? That one's out. So we got 2 to choose from. And let's see. Oh, -3, -2. Gotcha. All right. And if that's it, let's see. What's P if 4P equals 8? Okay. So you need to go 2 into the parabola, which would be right there. That's the focal point at -3, 0. There's that one. Right there. Okay. And what's 2 backwards? I just want to make sure you know your vocabulary. Directrix. Okay. So the directrix drop down 2 from -2, and it's at -4. Okay. Good enough. Okay. Flip it. I'm talking to myself. Number 10. Okay. Standard equation for a parabola is still on parabolas. There you go. And the vertex 0, 0. And the directrix x equals 2. Okay, that picture just made it possible for me to get the right answer quite easily. Which way does it have to face now that you're looking at a picture of it? Yeah, it's got to go this way. You don't have the picture. I could mess that up. I don't know about you. All right, but now I know it's got to have y squared in it, not x squared. So with that said, goodbye to A, like my physics class. Said that the first day of school. Goodbye, A. That one's good. Okay, so now we got 2 to go. And you already told me what's this distance called from the vertex to the directrix. That's P, and that's 2, if I remember correctly, right? Okay. So 4P would be 8. And where did I always tell you it needed to go? Write the formula out. Okay, I always said it needed to go in the denominator in front of the square term. Doesn't have to, but let's look for. Okay, there it is in the denominator in front of y squared. And check out the negative, almost missed it. Okay, this one's no good because it's pointing to the right. Good enough. Okay. Number 11, let's go to ellipses. All right. If you plot the 4 dots here, they're all on which axis? The y-axis. Which means it's got to be the big number under X or Y if it's stretched tall. Big number's got to be under Y. So there goes that one and that one. Good. Okay. Okay. Find for me this distance to the focal point was radical 5. That's baby C. Can you square it? What's radical 5 squared? 5. Okay. And honestly, the problem's done. Because there shouldn't be any 5s underneath in the A or B slot. And I already see one right there. So I'm guessing that's wrong. But let's play the game. What's baby A? How far was it to the vertex? 3. Square that. Okay, so that's now A squared. 9 minus what gives you 5? 4. So we're looking for 9 in the vertical and 4 in the horizontal. Bang, there it is. Okay. So these aren't that hard. Kind of easy. Hope you think that. All right. Number 12. Wow. Giving you 4 pictures. Which way does this one stretch if the big number was under Y? Sideways or tall? Tall. So which ones are you crossing out that aren't tall? The first 2. Okay. We're rolling. All right. And show off a little bit. How far up and down would you go? 5. And how far sideways? 4. Both of them do that. So that didn't help. I guess it's just tell me where the center is. -1, -3, and that is this guy right there. Good, good. And you know I didn't make this because there's a 13 in it. I'm afraid to touch it, but here we go. Number 13. All right, again, it's a stretched tall ellipse. So which two do you cross out that are supposed to be stretched sideways? A, because a big number was there, and D. Can't be those two. All right. Which one is it? Tell me this letter right there. Maybe what? If it's the shorty. That's baby B. Okay, and it's 2, and when we square it, it's 4. And which direction was it going? Horizontal, so we need 4 under X. Done. Okay, and just to show off, what was this? 8? 8 up, 8 down. You get my usual joke there. Okay, so square that, 64. Perfect. All right. That's it for ellipses, I think. Yep. Hyperbolas to finish. Okay, this was exactly like the homework problems you had where they didn't give you a picture. I'd recommend you draw, put the 3 dots. Right, 1, -3. Call that the center. Okay. 1, -13. Is the focus, and 1, -11 is V. All right, if you got those 3 dots, which way does this have to face so that the hyperbola can gobble up the focal point? The only way for that to happen is for it to look like this, right? So, okay, now we got a picture where we have it going up and down. So which one's got to be squared? I'm sorry, which one's got to be positive of the square? X or Y? It's up and down. Up and down is Y. Okay, so take the ones that have X squared minus Y squared. Gone. And what's wrong with A? They snuck that in there on me. Yeah, it's got a plus, so it's really a what? The ellipse, okay? So that one shouldn't be there at all. Yeah, why shouldn't it be? Because if I drew an ellipse here, the focal point would be outside the vertex, can't be. Okay. All right, two to choose from here. Let's see. The center was 1, -3, so there only one of those works. Which one? B. This one would be -1, +3. No good. All right. And you didn't need to get the right answer, but I want to make sure you understand. Who is that? C to V is baby what? A. That's baby A, and it's 8, which means 64 underneath the Y. We went 8 up, 8 down. And then, let's see, let me roll out the formula again. So 64 goes in for A squared. How about the focal length? How far is it from -3 to -13? 10. Square that. 100. And now you should be able to find 64 plus what gets you to 100? 36. Okay. Good enough. All right, last problem. They said it was a hyperbola, so what's it got to equal? 1. We got work to do. What do I got to do first to get this to where it equals 1? You want to move the 100 over. Okay. That's a good first step. Okay. And now to get it to equal 1, divide everybody by 100. So X squared over 4, X squared over 4, got one here, got one here. Okay. Oh, this is minus, that one's gone. And y squared over 25 looks like D is our answer. Okay, so you're getting 12 of those to go with the 4, name that conic, and the 4 from the cone picture. What are the last 5 going to be? Let's look at that worksheet. Yeah. Where do the Y's? Draw the picture. Let's go. All right, where's the vertex? Positive 77, -1. Not drawing the scale, but 77, -1. And which way does it face if it is y equals positive x squared? Up. Okay. So with that said, okay, you don't have to mess with 4p. You just got to tell me name of that axis of symmetry that cuts it into 2 equal pieces. Which axis did it go through? Went through x at 77. Okay. All good. All right. Circle diameter is what we need. Let's start with our, if this is what, that's r squared, then I guess let me do this. R squared equals 5. How do you make it r? Square root. All right. So now we know r. What's the simplest little formula we had all year? Radius equals, or I'm sorry, diameter equals 2 radius. So all I need to do is multiply the radius by 2. So what's the answer? 2 square root of 5. That was easy. Okay. What are some wrong answers though? Square root of 10. Just 10, maybe even a square root of 25. So, okay. 2 down, 3 to go. All right, ellipse. Okay. And I do want to mention one thing about this one, because, all right, to be honest, all right, like a good coach might do, I try to make your practices harder than the game. Okay. So every one of these we've done that I can remember has shifted. This one didn't shift at all. Where's the center? If you don't see parentheses, they're allowed to be there. We just haven't done that many of them. Okay. So that's at 0, 0. And let's see, one of these, okay, show off a little bit. How far did it go sideways? 3. And how far? Oh, not a perfect square. Take the square root of that. Square root of 2 up and down. And you'll have it on your formula sheet. What is the eccentricity formula? Baby C over baby A. Okay. So we got to roll out our formula. If this is a plus, what's the formula? A squared minus. Okay. And just bring them straight down. A squared minus b squared equals how much? 7. So what is baby C all by itself? Square root of 7. Okay. And which one was baby A, the 3 or the radical 2? 3. The 3. Okay. There is your eccentricity. No decimal needed because you don't have a calculator. Okay. All right, 25. All right. Easy problem. All right. Except I put the wrong answer. This is what it was supposed to look like. For yours, you had the y minus 7 here, right? Yeah. Let's see. Or y plus 1. So 5. So this was your problem. We'll do yours. What was this? X minus. Okay. So we'll do your problem. All right. Where is the center of the hyperbola? Positive 7, -1. Okay. Draw the picture. Yes. And I didn't give you enough information to draw it, but you should be able to tell me which way it faces if this one was the positive. Up and down. Okay. Now identify transverse. Is that the major or the minor? That's the major. Okay, so that's this guy, right? Name it. X, not Y. Who put that? Okay. So X equals 7 is the correct answer. Like I said, I think I was doing the other problem. All right. So who cares means I'm teaching you what you should look for. You don't even need to be able to draw this. So who cares? It could be over any numbers, 1 to 1,000,000,000. That was enough information to do it. Okay, last problem, here it is. The grand finale. This will separate the 100% from the 96s, as you all should get A's on this. All right, how do we do a complete square? What do you do with the constant? Isolate. So 11's over there, and even though I don't let you use pen, right? Writing pen, lose 10. If you want to use highlighter or something, you can do that here. But for me, since I don't have a highlighter, what do? Okay, I gather up my X's in one color, gather up my Y's in another. All right, and what did I forget that's going to kill the whole problem? What's in between the two parentheses? A plus. Kind of important. All right. This one, 2 is the troublemaker. You got to move it by doing what? You say divide. Yeah. So divide by 2, what's left? X squared plus 6x plus green box on both sides. The red is ready to go. So just write this with a red box on both sides. Now we complete square. What's half of b? 3 squared is 9, but it's not really 9, it's really 18. What's half of this b? -1 or +1. Doesn't matter because you're going to square it and call it +1. Nothing to multiply by here, so just write 1. Okay. Okay, 2 steps away from being done with this. 2 times what? Perfect square. X and X plus and plus 3 and 3. And for the red, what perfect square is that? Y and Y. Minus minus 1 and 1. What did this add up to over here? 8. Okay. Now hearken to me. If this was a circle, you done. Because what does a circle have to equal? R squared. Okay. But it's a what? Go back and play name that conic. That was an ellipse, right? Okay. Ellipses have to equal 1. So when I ask for standard form, I need it to equal 1. And I guess this would turn into what here? Yeah. So this is what I'm looking for that problem. I didn't ask you even for the center or anything. Just showing off that you know how to complete the square. And there you have it. Okay. So try not to forget everything you know. And highly advised maybe during SOAR or something, try the math space. Useful. Useful indeed. All right. See you then.